Hey guys, what's up? Summer11 here with my review of Bleach Chapter 669, Yaiba 2. It's been a while since my last Bleach review, and I feel like I always say that in my Bleach reviews, because my Bleach reviews are always like spread out and everything, but I am back with a Bleach review. I hope you enjoy this video. So, in this chapter, we finally get to see Kenpachi's Bankai in action, and boy, is it crazy. It definitely reminds me of Guy opening all the 8 gates in Naruto, or Goku using his Kaioken technique in Dragon Ball Z. And I wouldn't be surprised if this was inspired by Dragon Ball Z, because the 8 gates, I believe that was inspired by the Kaioken, so I just wouldn't be surprised if this technique was inspired by Dragon Ball Z, because it always comes back to Dragon Ball Z. That's kind of like what inspired a lot of the popular things these days. So the chapter starts off with Yachiru talking to Kenpachi, and if you remember in the last chapter, she kind of came out of nowhere talking to Kenpachi, which led to many theories, and I don't really have much to say on that. I just really hope that Tite Kubo comes up with a cool idea, and that's about it. Like, I'm not going to be too deep with it. So Yachiru's talking to Kenpachi, and she's being silly and everything, but she makes Nozarashi disappear, and then it appears in her hand as energy, and she says that power is Bankai. And in the last chapter, she talked about how if Kenpachi used her properly, he would be able to cut anyone down. So at the moment, I'm going to say that she's Nozarashi, or related to Nozarashi in some way. The chapter is called Yaiba 2, which means Blade 2, and I checked to see if there was a Yaiba 1, but there wasn't, so I don't understand what the 2 signifies. Like, is this a sequel to something that I'm just not getting? And Kubo always has his titles in English, so something must be special about this chapter, and that was actually something I didn't know. It was a little fun fact that Manga Stream had put at the bottom. This chapter was kept in Japanese on purpose, so I don't really know what that signifies, but I think that's pretty cool that most of his titles are in English. So Kenpachi's Bankai activates, and everyone's reacting to this large amount of energy that comes from it, and the design for the Bankai is shown, and I like it. You know, his hair's longer, his skin's red, and Nozarashi looks pretty much the same, but in a smaller form and kind of more, I guess, more jagged, more crooked. It's in a little different shape, but it looks the same mostly. So Gerard, aka the Miracle, is about to kill Kenpachi, and his arm is cut off immediately, as in Bleach fashion. So Kenpachi, his face has some black markings, and his eyes are blank like he's some sort of mindless beast, and we don't really get Kenpachi like speaking in this chapter at all. I don't know if he spoke in the beginning, but like once his Bankai activates, he doesn't say anything. Also, notice that he ripped Gerard's arm off with his mouth and not his sword. I noticed that when I went through the chapter a second time for the review. I was like, he ripped his arm off. He didn't cut it off. So he's not even using the sword for part of this fight. So Kenpachi, he goes in with a slash, and he slashes Gerard's shield in half, and he does some damage to his forehead, and then his physical strength has increased a lot, so he just uppercuts Gerard and knocks him off the edge. I'm not sure where they're at. I thought they were at Soul Society, unless, oh wait, no, they went up to something, so like this is the palace area, pretty much the area above Soul Society that was created, right? Or is this where the Soul King resides? I forgot exactly where they're at. But Toshiro's like, oh no, he's falling off the edge. But Gerard, he has angel wings, so he's flying back up. And then the chapter ends with Kenpachi seemingly cutting Gerard in half. And I hope this is the last chapter for this character. He's already gotten his power up, and I hope we're kind of done with these characters. It kind of went as I expected, you know, for the members of Yuha's Zero Division to get like focus and get their different fights, and they've all gotten their power ups. So like we're done with these characters. And I think Askin was my favorite from the group, but Gerard is definitely a close second. And it seems like in this Bankai state, Kenpachi loses his mind and he kind of just fights. And it'll be interesting if he learns how to control this state more, And Bleach is getting a lot of hate these days and not doing too well in the Shonen Jump rankings, but I like this chapter and that's kind of why I talked about it in this video. Be sure to check out my discussion on Kenpachi coming out soon. If I get it done today, it will be out tomorrow. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my content and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook. The links are below. I'm Surma11. See you next time, and peace out.